Here's the problem. All right. They won't sell it because they think that it's worth, I think 300 grand is what it appraised for. All right, which makes sense. Appraiser came out, said it's worth 300 grand, so I'm going to list the thing for $300,000 and I'm going to wait till I get it because it's worth that amount. But here's what I found out. All right, the market is shrinking right now, meaning it's going down in value. It's pretty obvious. Things won't sell that used to sell. Things sit on the market a little bit longer. I'm not saying this to fearmonger or anything like that. It's not really that big of a problem. Things are evening out a little bit. Okay, but what I've found is that when the market starts to shrink like that, appraisers are actually behind. All right, when the market was going up, everybody was pissed off because they're like, well, you know, these appraisers aren't giving me what my house is worth. Like, can't they see that everything is becoming worth more and more? And that's not how they work. They work upon historical data, all right, things that have already sold, not what is necessarily happening right then and there. Okay, but the opposite problem is happening right now, where it's like, this is the craziest thing. I had a house that I couldn't sell. I had lowered the price to 275 grand and it would not sell. I was getting like low ball offers at like 220, 230. And I said, screw that. I mean, I know that the market will come back around, so I'm just gonna wait and I'll put a renter in here, I'll refinance it, and you know, whatever. I'll hold on to it for a while. Made a whole video about that exact thing, by the way, the whole market, which I'll link to. But anyhow, appraisal comes back in at 300 grand for this house that I had listed at 275 and was only getting lowball offers for. How the hell can it be worth $300,000 if it won't even sell for 275? Because anything is only worth what people will pay for it. And that's how I learned this about the appraisals, is they're always behind. All right, so right now you'll actually get better appraisals than you should because they're looking at historical data, and historically things have been going up. Now they've leveled off or even started to shrink a little bit, and that's what's stopping this particular house from selling. So it's because the sellers are just convinced that it's worth 300 grand because that's what the appraisal came back at, but it's obviously not, because it won't sell at that. Bye-bye.